Yo, what up? Welcome to Friends and Family Podcast. The crew is here, you know what I'm saying? Season 6. Long time in the making. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow the channel. You get a new video every Wednesday at 10 o'clock. For all your audio people, you know where to find us. You know, everywhere there's audio, Spotify, SoundCloud, Instagram, Friends and Family Podcast, YouTube, Friends and Family Podcast. Say hello to your cohorts of troublemakers here. Everybody's back. Everybody's good. How we doing?
We're good. I mean, I'm good.
Julie, you sure you good? You go.
I'm good.
Straight?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
Bet. That's what's up.
Happy to be here. Season 6.
You know what it is.
You can go.
Big up the cat that we know you're not here, but we still gotta acknowledge you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Welcome, my peoples. Hola, ¿cómo estás? You're right. You know, different language, different timing. You understand? We here.
This guy. So we got a great show for y'all today, man. We're kicking it off with like a lot. First of all, like full-length season for YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm super excited about that.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody that's been following the page. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get the new episodes when they drop. All right, let's jump into it.
Before we jump into it, I just want to say, I know when you guys see this episode, it's probably going to be on a Wednesday.
Happy Mother's Day.
But it is Mother's Day.
Happy belated Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, or happy belated Mother's Day, we should say, because when you guys see it, it will be later already. So I just want to say happy belated Mother's Day. My mother's in England. Hey, Mom. Anyways, where we at tonight?
Shout out to E's mom. Always looking out.
You know what I mean?
Yes, Sirski. So what we at today? What we doing? What kind of mess we getting into?
Let's go. So we have a few topics. Very interesting. First one that we want to talk about is, have you guys ever been catfished?
Yes.
Okay, you were excited about that.
Yo.
Expand.
Yeah, I got catfished to hell and back, man. I was talking to somebody through through Facebook. And I was young, and I was not really up on technology as far as like, if the person only posts like pictures of like their face super close in the camera, you might be dealing with a big thing that's trying to like line you.
Fact.
And
fact.
I didn't understand that part of the game, like that's a nuanced thing. So I met this girl, she friend requested me, whatever. She started liking a bunch of my stuff, and she wrote me one day and was just like, I like chocolate. And I was like, word? She was like, yeah. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, one thing led to another. 3 months later, I'm driving to Orlando. You know what I'm saying? Conversation was hot and heavy. I'm thinking I'm going out of town. I'm about to, set a record or whatever, handle business. And when I got there, she ain't look nothing like none of them pictures, bro.
That's a tough one.
She literally looked like all jokes aside, like when people be on these shows and they get catfished, and you be like, damn, that's extreme. When I tell you my situation was extreme, my boy.
That's tough.
Like, I really want to press charges because I suffer from PTSD like that. If I see a thing and she's like, fine, I'm like, no, I need you to send me a mirror pic with the date that you took the pic in the picture.
FaceTime you.
FaceTime me right now. Let's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not playing those games.
I got caught too, I ain't gonna lie. So I got caught when I was younger as well. And it's crazy. I got caught with my classmates. You feel me?
Nah.
So like, I used to go home, like, I don't know how it happened, but one day I was on the phone. I think somebody sent me a message on like, is that with Facebook or MySpace?
Yeah.
And we chatting, exchanged numbers, and then like, bro, I used to run home every day at nighttime, run in my room, yo, what up? Chatting on the phone. So we chatting.
You're romancing it down, huh?
Like we chatting it down, we linking, like getting ready to like link up or whatever. So I think one day I called it, I text the number, and I ain't get no response. So I'm like, all right, whatever, it's just, they probably at school or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. I got home, called again.
Nothing.
So, yo, what the fuck going on? So then I called again. I think by accident I called again, or something happened and I called. And then I'm chatting to she answered, so we chatting. And then out of nowhere, I just started hearing laughter in the background. I'm like, what the fuck going on? So, all right, whatever. So then I go to school, and then everybody laughing, and like, yo, what happened? They was like, yo, like, you know, how was your conversation last night? And I'm like, what you talking about? They're like, yo, how was your conversation with your little shorty? And I'm like, yo, what the fuck you talking about? And they just start dying laughing, and then I just put two together, and I was like, wow, like, y'all really put me on a fucking mission. Like, I was ready to.
You was falling in love.
And I was ready to fall in love with the bee, and the bee wasn't even a real bee.
You thought you had a real thing, eh?
I thought I had a real thing on me. It's my homegirls playing tricks on me. Like, and all of them were just texting me.
Cold world. Crazy. Cold world. What about you? You been catfished? You lived in Paris. You had to have been catfished.
She lived in Lavish. She had something.
A little baby.
So I thought about this the whole week. I don't think I ever been catfished, ever. And I was on the apps. I've never been catfished.
Never.
But I have been catfished, not in the like visual sense, like image, but you know how people like to talk, and then when it's time, you're like, oh shit.
If you want to put it like that, yeah, I've been catfished.
Oh, you've been sex catfished?
Yeah.
Like bad in bed catfished?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I ain't gonna lie.
That I have.
Sex catfish.
That's a different story. I ain't know we could add that in there too. But if we add that,
we need to definitely go and license that for real.
That's a fact. Because
you've been sex catfish.
There's a lot of females be saying they ex and this and that,
and that's hard because you go to like.
Experience
you go that extra mile. It's not like you see the person and then it's over. It's like you see them, everything checks out, and then the last and most important part, it's like, oh crap, so now I'm here, we have to get this done, and then I have to like block you. There's no other option.
Tough.
So you be if it's trash, you just block them?
Oh yeah, like I'm for ghosting and I'm for blocking. I don't.
It's tough.
I don't know why I should have responsibility of someone I don't even know. You know
That's wild. So, what was I at? When my situation popped off, right? I actually went to like a restaurant to meet the person. Like the first meetup was in a public space. So I'm sitting down or whatever. I got there early, you know, trying to make a good impression. And so I'm sitting down, whatever, like, yeah, you know, we talking. And I'm like, damn, like, this is not it. Like, and I just didn't know how to like bring it up. So I was just like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Why you have all them pictures on your joint? Like, they're old pics of you? Like, cause you don't look like the pictures that's on the shit.
That?
Like, yeah, cause I was hot. Like, you know, I drove, 3 hours, you know what I'm saying? 4 hours. I'm thinking it's gonna be great, you know what I'm saying? Paid for a nice, expensive telly. Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be a lit weekend. I could have did whatever else I wanted to do with my time other than, you know what I'm saying?
And that's, I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of like I know sometimes I be having friends, they go out of town, they go out of the country, whatever, and they'll jump on like Tinder or all that stuff and find girls, and I'll be like,
I'm still
like, ever since then, it's like I've never, like I've been on the Tinder app before, I've created one, I created a page, and I'm like, you know what, yeah, I ain't doing that. Like, it doesn't make sense for me.
Nah.
Like I see, I would be tight if I see him, and then it's like for me as well. I always think to myself, all right, I go in. If you go in there and you see some bad chicks, my first thing that's coming to my mind is, why are you so bad and you're on Tinder?
You setting me up, love. I don't believe you.
So that means
I need more people.
This what I'm seeing right here can't be you, because you was top tier, and you're on Tinder and all these, like, what?
I mean, maybe that goes back to the conversation we had on season 5 about city girls and how they look bad and they look like confident, but they're not.
That's a fact, and that's why it's hard for me to do those like. First of all, I don't even feel like
you could get catfish like like you like chicks on IG, be chicks
That
you know,
too.
and
Yeah.
be sharing in the group chat and be like, oh yeah, all right, whatever. And next thing you know, you looking around going,
Yeah.
yeah.
Today it's hard. It's
Today's
hard.
side's harder.
Yo, these filters is getting.
That's what I was about to
It's
say. Like these
crazy.
filters, these makeup. Like
I feel like we actively get catfished every day.
I was just about to say
Like
that, bro.
every day we
Like,
actively be getting catfished.
You'll go see a girl in the club or whatever,
and you
like,
thinking Shorty lit because of the picture she have on her IG, and
you take her home and you wake up next in the morning. It's like, yo, what is this? Like, this is not what I just saw in the club. Like, what's going on? Like, nah,
what is this?
put back on that makeup or something.
I'm gonna need all my money back.
I need my money, all of it.
All
back.
the drinks I bought you.
All the drinks, everything. Me hugging you, I need my hugs back. Like, what is this? So like,
But that's on you though.
not necessarily. You can't really say it's on us at the end of the day because no,
it is.
How
Tell
you
what.
you supposed to wait? All right, y'all don't talk over each other, but one at a time. How you supposed to vet that like Shorty is who she says she is?
Exactly.
Like how you do that? If every picture, every DM you getting sent, you
mean,
probably in her close friends.
if it's online-
she's curating every experience. So how you?
If it's online, okay, but still there's like, I don't know, I feel like as a girl, I know more than men when something is fake.
Of course.
Or when it's not fake.
I mean, a woman-
And then if it's in person, it's completely on you because there's no way like all that makeup and all that looks the same the next morning. Like it's just facts.
No, but that's what I'm saying. When you go to the club, what the women have on, makeup. So now, you know, some guys may get 1 drink, 2 drinks, get drunk. Y'all may go home, do whatever y'all gotta do. But remember, the makeup is coming off in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that's on you to remember because she knows.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, and I've seen it where like a girl's been tore up from the floor up. And then she puts that makeup on and it's like, whoa. Like, Yo.
Decepticon.
it's different. Like, it's a whole transformation.
A she-septicon.
I mean, I gotta give it to the women. Like, they're doing it. I'm not knocking them. It's just, Jesus Christ. Like,
That's why I stopped wearing makeup. I was like, nah, I don't
Oh,
want.
word. So you don't wear makeup at all?
No, I don't. Like,
I never peeped that.
if I'm having a bad day, like today, I'll put like a tiny bit of concealer. That's it. But
even a tiny bit is not bad. I don't.
A small, like, you know, you line up your eyes or whatever, like a little something on the cheek.
But you'll never
But yo,
see me.
it be chicks out here building themselves a whole new face.
They building faces. They gotta take 2 hours just to do that. They
It's like, what are you doing?
making meals off YouTube. They'll tell you have to post it here, and then you draw on your face here, and you draw big. And I'm like, yo, like, but at the end of the day, when it's done, I'll be like, whoa.
But that's the thing.
That's
Is that even
pretty-
fair?
It's not. It's not.
Because you be getting catfished in, I feel like, in real life. Because you meet Shorty with all that stuff on her face and you thinking it's lit. And then tomorrow,
It's not lit.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You wake up in the morning.
That's what I
and
say.
You want to bite your arm off, you know what I mean? Like, I hate to sound repetitive, but I agree with him. Like, yeah, we got to chill on that.
Yo,
Lil
ladies,
P need to-
I'm team natural, ladies. Natural hair, natural face.
me too.
Like, I love a natural girl. I always tell girls that they be laughing at me. No, you don't. I be like, yo, a girl that has natural hair,
She lit. It's a big W.
lit.
I don't ever want it in my life. I pray I never have the experience I had doing. Like, I wasted so much. I was so hot, bro. I was so hot. Like, I don't even. I'm I'm trying to talk about it and like laugh, but I was hot, boy. I was heated. I drove
You drove
4 hours.
You drove 3.5 hours. That's 7 hours staring back.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
That's crazy.
that's tough.
You live and you learn, right?
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
You live and you learn. You
Big
live and you
facts.
learn.
I'll never do that shit again.
No cap.
I'm asking for FaceTime, meetups at random.
No facts.
Not giving you no chance to pop up with no curated makeup joint
Yo.
going on.
No cap. That's what I be doing now. Like when I see a girl and we be chatting, like from social media or whatever, and I get your number or like, can you text me? FaceTime.
Yeah, that's
Like broad daylight.
FaceTime.
Let me see that.
FaceTime me right
oh,
now.
I say that.
Go stand outside
You
and
get back to regular calls if you want to. Now I see what we're working with.
go stand outside and put the light from the sun
facts.
behind you.
Let me get some sunlight. You feel me? So if anything that's fake is gonna just drip.
You're not finna leather face me to death. I ain't having it.
Nah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I need to see the real you,
the real you.
not like the plastic you or
Tuned up
or
you.
the going out you. I don't want to see that.
Finally tuned you. The filtered you.
It's like having a stock car, and you just rebuild that shit.
No, it's not.
Because that's what the girl is doing. She's rebuilding her face.
Nah,
And then she
it's
wipes
not.
it off. And then she rebuilds it again. And then she wipes it off. And then she rebuilds it again. That's what she's doing.
Hey, rebuild it again. Oh,
I'm
God.
about to give y'all new names, face mechanics, because like y'all is
Face mechanics.
fixing y'all faces.
Yo.
And it is like,
Not face
yo,
mechanics.
it's,
Oh my
it's
God.
different. I fuck with it though. I'm not knocking it. I fuck with it. It's just,
You're not?
I do fuck with it. It's just excessive amounts of it. It's kind of too much, but
Yeah. It
know what I mean?
definitely.
I ain't gonna hold you. I
Each his own.
can't see myself getting into none of that where you gotta like take 3 hours to put your face on.
I'm not on that.
No.
Like, what's the point?
It's tough.
That's crazy.
We gotta get ready to go out at 6 o'clock at fucking 3 o'clock because you gotta,
I'm not on that.
man.
And it's
get it.
As much as we like laugh and joke about it, it's really an issue right now. Like females
It
is really
is.
taking a long time to get ready, and that's the main focus. Is I gotta make sure my face is beat.
I have a rule. Like I tell my girl's naturally beautiful, so I ain't gotta worry about that. If we're going somewhere and you really want to put your shit together, start early so we don't be late where we're going. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that because it's a bad representation of us as a couple, and you showing up to places you made reservations or whatever, you got to be at an event and you 2 hours late because you was still playing with your face.
Yeah.
What you was doing? I was contouring my cheek line. Like, what?
Yeah, yo,
Like, come on,
cheek
cut
line?
that shit.
that should be a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you doing too much.
That should be a lot.
You feel me? We moving on?
I mean, yeah, let's move on.
We
You got
talking
something
about
else?
I'm good. I don't know.
Contouring.
All right.
And sh-
Girls, please control yourselves
Facts.
with your makeup
That's a fact.
and your lashes
Correct.
and your
Don't be having these fucking
everything.
long ass shits right here.
If you blink
You-
too hard, the shit start a hurricane.
Just start.
You're beautiful just the way you are.
Facts.
Please
Facts.
chill.
Big facts.
Okay, next topic. Hakimi, I think that's
Mr. Ashraf Hakimi, the man's a legend.
Yo, he's a legend.
The man is a
Pick up on a
legend.
blood clot. Yep.
so.
He's a legend. So real quick about the story. So he's a Moroccan soccer player that plays for Paris Saint-Germain, PSG right now in the French league. So his wife divorced him, and she basically tried to take 50% of his assets. However,
All his assets are in his mama's name.
yeah, all his assets in his mother's name from an early age.
So he owns.
In reality, he doesn't own anything. So what really happened now is because she divorced him and she tried to take his assets, it kind of flipped back on her, and now she has to give up 50 of her assets to him. So it was a big story. I just want to get like what your thoughts is on the whole process, and I guess we'll start with you since you are a woman. So what do you
Okay,
feel?
so, sorry, to me,
Oh shit, she about to go in.
so, okay, look, I feel like a marriage, like the paper, is a financial decision. Like, it's not just for love, it's like, it's a decision that you take for life. For me personally, I would do it for finances. In the sense that if, like, I want to get married with someone that we're building shit together. And to build things together, we both have to make, like, concessions and compromises.
Right.
So, me, I know that I want to be more at home with the kids, I just want that. I always wanted to. So I know that my career at some point will be in some way put aside so I can take care of other stuff, and my wife will take care of her career and go to work while I'm at home taking care of her house and her kids.
Right.
So, and that's also a lot of work, right?
Right.
So I feel like at that point, I would like to get married because the only reason why she is able to go out and work and make more money than me is because I'm at home taking care of her kids, right?
Right.
So that's what I think. So I think it's fair to do 50-50 because everyone has to do something in a marriage so that the marriage can work and that we have the empire that we do. However, they are filthy rich. So she's not taking care of anything because they have people to take care. She has a manager for the manager, for the manager, for the maid manager, she doesn't do anything, and
Facts.
no one, like, I'm pretty sure her days are filled with waking up, going to the gym, having everything cooked, having everything ready, then she goes shopping, and then like she might, I don't know, call the lawyer, and like that's it. There's nothing else, and no one can convince me of the otherwise. So like I don't know, like they do whatever they want to do, but I don't think she deserves all of it because he's the one working.
Right.
He's just there being pretty.
So my stance is a little bit more toxic.
More toxic?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think that you should get married anymore. I think that marriage is a zero-sum game, and it's a lose-lose situation from a male's perspective. I think that you're gonna get cleaned out. Family court and marriage court, they don't care about no man's sob story. When you hear these stories about these guys, like on YouTube, you guys check out Lead Attorney. He tells some wild stories about dealing with cases with men with paternity issues as well as divorce and their finances. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that you may be entitled to some sort of financial compensation based on the fact that we were legally put together on paper because the government said so, but to try to get me for half,
It's crazy.
you know what I'm saying? That just sounds crazy to me. And then, you know, I just think that if two people really do love each other and y'all want to be committed before God, go to the church and y'all come up with a contractual agreement between the two of you. You know what I'm saying? And don't bring the government into your household in that way. And then you won't have that problem when it's time for y'all to go y'all separate ways. Y'all divide up what y'all want to divide up and keep what want to be kept, and then you go about your merry way. I don't think going to go get a marriage license is smart, even though there are benefits to being married with taxes and things of that nature, and especially in America, right? Like now, Hakimi's situation happened in another country, so their laws are different. And I've seen a lot of people on Instagram when it first broke, you know, and it started going viral, they're like, oh, the legal ramifications behind that, she can sue the mom and all this. It's like, this isn't here. It's not happening here. It's happening in Europe. Their rules and their laws and their governmental system is completely different. To make my point even furthermore, if your intention to divorce your partner is to clean them out, were you ever really in love?
Facts.
Did you ever really love them, or were you just there waiting for an opportunity to
perfect time.
legitimize leaving? You know what I'm saying? Like you were never gonna stay anyway. You know what I'm saying? So why marry the man? It's a dirty game. So for me, I kind of looked at it like he should have never gotten married. He should have did what what's his name does. He has a girlfriend that he has kids with.
Yeah.
She gets to live the life. But
Cristiano Ronaldo?
yeah, Ronaldo. But she's
they not married?
No, they're not legally married. They're not married. That's his girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They have mad kids together.
Yeah, but he's in a certain situation where, yo, you don't have to deal with a lawyer and a team of attorneys getting together and conspiring to clean you out and say that it's under the basis that your wife needs spousal support. Think about that.
Yeah.
Like, even in this country right now, right? They say what's it, 80% or something? 85% of marriages fail. Right? You know who's initiating divorce? The women.
The women.
But
Think about
why?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
No, because at the end of the day, why does it matter? Why does
Yes,
it
it does, because 85% of men must be fucking up, right?
matter? No,
No,
that's a really high number.
That's
for
a
you
high
to
number
say.
for you.
Okay,
that.
let's say 60.
That's still a high
doesn't-
number for you to
but
say that.
it's alarming that it's the women that are
Yeah.
going to go file for divorce at that high of a percentage rate. As a man, why wouldn't you look at those two things, the failure rate and the divorce rate,
But
and not
then
go, yo,
what-
why would I go sit down, or go stand up in front of my family, your family, a priest in a church, and then go to a courthouse, get legal paperwork that now financially obligates me to you for the rest of my life? Why would I do that to myself?
Okay, but
If the fact that the statistics are high, that it's gonna fail. Why do you
yeah,
want
but
to do that?
there are also statistics that show that marriage has zero to no benefits for women and has 100% benefit for men, then
Name some of those
we'll
benefits.
talk about that.
Well, yeah. Well, let's extrapolate that out from
Because-
where
Name some of the benefits.
like what benefits is that?
Because women be taking care of their men. Like, they don't have to do nothing except from work.
Oh,
And
and working is nothing.
No,
That's like one of the biggest things right there.
but they just like,
So we build,
Yeah,
create,
like-
and provide, and that's nothing.
you don't do any of that alone.
No?
To start,
No,
you don't provide, you don't create alone.
no. If you're talking about life, no, it takes two. But
Yeah.
the house, the cars, the credit, the money,
The lifestyle.
I mean, then you're
I.
talking about,
labor.
then you're
Getting
saying
up
that
out of
women
my
don't
bed
work.
to go work and provide for you.
Then you're
allow you to
saying
have a
that women
comfortable
don't
life.
work.
I'm not saying that.
It's not, I don't think.
No. That's an interpreted
He's not
statement.
saying they don't work. He's just saying that majority of the men probably put up majority of the money for the house and the finances in the household.
Look at the way the laws are written when it comes to a marriage, right? That's what we're talking about, right? Law, interpretational law. You can read it, it's legible, it's comprehensible, it's understandable, right? If you're married, especially in this state, right, and your wife cheats on you with another man and has a kid, you are financially liable for that child. There's no law
But it's not your baby.
written. You can butt your way to the bank because that's where you're gonna have to go and shell out that bread to take care of that kid.
Facts.
You know, that doesn't work in the legal system. That's not written in a fair way. And then you have to deal with the fact that, let's say you're worth a certain amount of money. Because you provided that woman with a certain lifestyle while y'all were together, they're gonna say you need to continue to provide that lifestyle for that woman
Fact.
after y'all are divorced.
Fact.
You wanna leave me but still have access to my resources? I don't think so.
And
I don't think so. When we're done, it's all done.
dead. And that's why for me, I feel like the biggest thing that I always learn about this, every time we talk about relationships and marriages, is prenups. And I feel like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of teens or people our age and under have never been experienced to that, or it's never been like put in the forefront so they can understand what it is and ask questions about it. Because before me moving here, I didn't really know. Of course, yeah, I was at a young age, but at the end of the day, I didn't really know nothing about that. Like, it's not something that's talked about.
You have to have that uncomfortable conversation with your partner.
For sure. And
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like even with their relationship, I think Rumors was saying that she was really in it just for the money.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of wasn't really in love with the man, and now that shit kind of backfired and you got smacked in the face with it. So it's like I always say this. I was never a firm believer of prenups. I feel like if I'm gonna get married to somebody, I'm marrying somebody for the right reasons. It's because it's for love, whatever the case.
No, I think I don't agree with you there. I think you need a prenup. You
I
have
think
to
you
protect
need
your
a
assets.
prenup.
I think now, like in the world that we live in, and
Yeah.
you need it for
You need
sure,
it.
1,000%. There's no.
I don't even think you should get married. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I've had to have my own come to Jesus moment. Like, hey, how do I have I'm in a relationship. It's a very healthy one. It's a safe one. It's a very pleasant one. You know what I'm saying? So the future is definitely something I've thought about. Like, you know what I'm saying, are we gonna get married? What are we gonna do? Whatever. I don't think the woman I'm with is someone who needs my finances. She has her own bag. I don't have to really worry about that. But who's to say that if my systems, my companies that I have built evolve and grow beyond where they are and my wealth becomes exponentially greater, and then one day she's like, you know what, I've had enough, it's time to go. Yeah, and I'm taking half. Like, how's that supposed to just sit well with me?
Yeah, but then you also got to think about it on the flip side too. How is it supposed to sit well with your spouse, with your loved one, knowing that you don't want to get married?
Well, that's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
that's if she doesn't want to get married.
That's a crossroad that you have to look. I think we're at a point in history as a society where we have to make some changes. Like, when it comes to marriage laws, family court, all that stuff has to be redone. We're literally living on antiquated time scales, right? Like, the laws are from back in the day, and then we're dealing with a modern society with modern ideas and modern views on things, right? Like, we want to use interpretational law that's from like 1890 in 2023. That don't make no sense. I think laws need to be rewritten right? There need to be accommodations made for the fact that financially a man should not be responsible for you after if we have a prenuptial agreement in place, whatever those numbers are on that is what you get, and when that's done, it's done. That's it. There's no, reallocation. Oh, well, he made more 2 years ago, so now we need to change. No.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
I do agree with that.
I have a question to y'all, right? Do you feel like our generation doesn't really talk so much about prenups because growing up, they never really seen
marriage?
I wouldn't really say marriage, but they never really seen the need for it. Like, for example, with me, right? I don't know. I can only speak for myself. Myself and my mom and dad's been together, and they've been in my life since I was born, and they're still in my life to this day. Still.
Right, your parents are still happily married people.
Still happily married people, right? So it's like, in my sense, I've never really been in a position where I'd be like, damn, like, if they break up, this is what happens. Like, how can I fix this, or how can I prevent this from happening? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, would you guys say that's kind of like the reason why, in my mind, it's like, yo, prenups, fuck the prenups. Like, yo, I see married couples and I see them living, loving each other through sick, through health, through all of that.
I think you're being naive.
For real?
I think no disrespect to you. I'm just saying,
of course.
I think if you don't, knowledge is power, right? So if you're never exposed to certain things, then you will never have a different understanding about it, and you put yourself in situations where you become a victim of your own circumstances, right? Like, if you don't know that if you didn't know the statistics about divorce and about the likelihood that your marriage has a higher chance of failing nowadays, and that if your girlfriend that you end up marrying goes to college, she has a higher likelihood that she will divorce you at some point, because college educated women are on that list. When it breaks down more specifically, it's like 70%, right? So you have that 70% of likelihood that she's gonna leave, plus the fact that 95% of divorces are filed by women. Those two numbers, not being exposed to that, you going to go get married, and then you end up in a court, you looking around, looking stupid and clueless, like, what the hell is going on? Why am I being cleaned out? Because you didn't have any information. Knowledge is power, right? So I say, to say all of that to say, yo, if you're informed, then you're making informed decisions. And if you're not informed and you make a decision, you're gonna have to live with the consequences.
Yeah.
And they're probably way worse off. So I'm not knocking what you're saying. I just think that if you have information that may or may not sway you in a different direction from where you would go before, why wouldn't you use that? You get me?
Makes sense.
It's like, we say people aren't exposed to marriages, and we say people aren't exposed to prenuptial agreements, but, hey, if you go talk to any attorney, they're probably going to tell you right now, if they're not a divorce attorney, because divorce attorneys are advocating for marriage still, because that's how they make money.
They bread, of course.
You know what I'm saying? They want their bread. But outside of that, I wouldn't just, you know what I'm saying, go get married, split up your assets, and in a couple of years when it's time for her to want to walk away. The likelihood of a man leaving is lower.
Very low.
That's what I'm saying. I see you keep looking at me with this disapproval.
No.
I can feel it.
I mean, I agree with you.
I just think if you know something's gonna fail,
the reason,
why would you
something else.
Why would you sign up for that? Like, somebody gonna tell you, yo, you got a 65% chance of getting whacked by a car if you walk across that street. I'm not crossing the street.
I see what you mean, but at the same time,
You believe in the fairy tale of love?
No, I don't have to get married. I don't care about that. I really don't. But I just think that if we take all the relationships in the world and we run a test or a research on them, 99% of them end after, I don't know, how many years.
It depended on the age range that you do it in too.
Yeah, so if you're going into something, the thing, I'm realistic and I like to be realistic in relationships, but if you go into something thinking about when it's gonna end, then...
Oh, facts.
For
sure.
So if I know, for example, I'm in a new relationship, I know it's possible that we will split up, but I'm not gonna have that in my mind as I go through it, if everything's fine.
But why do you even have it in your mind that it's possible that y'all could split up?
Because it is.
But
my last relationship, I thought I was gonna die with that person, and here we are.
No, I get that, but at the same time, it's like you want to give everybody that opportunity. Like, yo, you fucked up. I feel like when you have it in your mind that something's gonna go bad, there's gonna be something that you're never gonna be aware of that you're gonna do that makes that shit go bad.
Oh no, but it's not like I'm aware all the time. It's just that I feel like it's also like toxic to be in a position of like, we are never, ever, ever. Because then like, I feel like it's not respecting yourself and it's not respecting the other person, because so what? You can fuck up all you want and I'll still be here. And I can fuck up all I want and no. So yes, there is a possibility that we will split up, but that's not something that's in my mind while I go through. But
For me,
Okay, so real quick, I want to say this. Almost 50% of all marriages in the United States will end in divorce or separation. Researchers estimate that 41% of all first marriages end in divorce.
first marriage.
75% of the initiation of divorce is done by women.
Does it say if they're educated?
I didn't go that far. I didn't go as specific as whether they were college educated women or not. But so the likelihood of your marriage failing is high.
So
Yeah.
Right.
I guess the biggest question is why?
either you're gonna, like in this guy Hakimi situation, right? Like he basically was like, look, I know that there may be women out here who are going to want to take advantage of the fact that I'm worth $200 or $300 million, right? And I'm a superstar.
And I'm young.
And I'm young. They're going to live off of me for the rest of their life if I tie myself to this person. So what he did was to protect himself. Instead of having a prenup, he decided that, I'm going to just put all my assets in my mother's name.
And we could even dig deeper into it.
He was just trying to protect himself.
Facts.
We're clapping for him and then there are people that are like, that's disgusting. Why would you do that to your wife? But he lives in a completely different world than we do. If you had $200-300 million, would you let somebody come into your? It's going to be harder for you to date at that level. First of all,
yeah.
right? And second of all, people don't even nowadays on our level, people don't even be checking the person's credit that they're with. Like, yo, what's your credit score? Like, you know how important that is? You want to get tangled up with this motherfucker. You don't know nothing about like the meat and potatoes of like, how do you pay your bills? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you pay on time? Are you the person where you get the bill and then they have to call and threaten to cut the fucking lights off?
I feel like today those types of conversations are, and I don't know because I've only been in my relationships, but where we did talk about that, but I feel like today people are more like interested in talking about stupid, like dumb life
frivolous
things,
shit that don't mean nothing,
than talking about those serious things that are like actually important for a relationship, because those are the reasons that are going to make or break your relationship.
So is that do you classify that then as a real relationship?
Of course, I mean, we're not
to me-
delegitimizing a relationship.
No, not really as far as delegitimizing a relationship, but as far as like, if these conversations are not being had, let's put it like this then. If these conversations are not being had, can you see yourself in a long, like,
No.
being long with this person?
The likelihood of that relationship failing because of the conversations
Like
that
70%.
weren't
I mean,
happening
I'm not going
is
past 3
higher.
months with someone that I'm not talking about this
You
type.
said you're not going past 3 months?
No.
Okay.
For what?
I don't
This is
believe-
like
no,
a teenage relationship. Like I'm not.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like, look, to tie back to the original talking point, right? Like Hakimi himself, maybe he knew this before he married this woman. Like maybe he knew, like,
knew
yo,
what?
I'm a type of guy that's of a certain status. So getting married for me is very high risk. To protect myself, I'm going to make this move quietly where I'm just going to shift all my assets over into my mother's name.
You could even
I'm not putting a single thing in my name. None of my cars, none of my homes, not even my checks, none of my assets. Nothing is in my name. I go to my mom when I need something.
That is, it's crazy to think about because I didn't realize that it was like a sneaky move until you just said it. And I'm like, okay, if she married him for a reason
Other than love.
but then like he also did that sneaky
No, but
move
that-
behind his wife. So it was just like a fucked up relationship from both ends. Because
there was-
why are you with
Because that been happening
someone?
before they got.
It's
It's been happening before the
Look,
relationship.
it's the same thing. Like if you were to just sign a prenup. Like, look, this is what I come in the relationship with. This is what I'm asking to leave with. Sign right here, date it, and give it back.
Yeah,
to
but
me.
you do it together.
Now it's a legal binding document. True. So you're saying that he was being deceitful? We
I mean,
don't know
if-
whether or not. From
if
what I
he
read,
did-
it said that he did that years ago.
Yeah, he did it before they
okay.
Protect himself.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm
because
saying.
he's had other situations.
Other
Yeah.
situations.
With women where he was dating them and they accused
And they
him of
just
things to
didn't
try to
have the
sue him and things
conversation.
like
I
that.
never had a conversation.
Yeah.
But
And also-
it could also go back from his
Like, yo, we all know in this world that we live in that people fuck people for money all the time. Like, you
Yeah.
marry somebody for bread. Y'all marry people for status. You're not genuinely marrying the man or the woman for the fact that they're even marrying or being associated with them for clout, popularity,
Yeah.
for status, all of that. It's all the same thing. So if he wants to protect himself, I see no fault in it.
And also, you got to think about it too. He did it from before they got together. So who knows if he might have saw something? Because he doesn't really mention his father a lot. So who knows if something that he's seen between his mother and father that happened, and he said, you know what? Listen, I'm not gonna have this happen to myself. So let me start this from now. And you know what I mean? So we don't really know the ins and outs of it, but we do know that it happened before they got together. So that's just another way of educating himself, and he's seeing what was going on and educating himself to say, all right, I see where my life is going, so let me put my life in the right track. So if anything does happen for me, God forbid, I'm good on this end.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, I can respect someone that takes care of themselves, and I mean, it's all on his mom's name, so that's also good. And I like to flip situations around. If it was a woman that had done what he did, people would probably be applauding her.
But that's the norm, though. That's the
So-
thing. Like, everybody would have been applauding her. Oh, yeah, but that's the norm. Now, I don't even think people would have been applauding her. I take that back. Because that's the norm. Right now, people is applauding him. Because this is not the norm. This is not an everyday thing. This is not an everyday situation.
No, in
You'll
most
see-
cases, you hear about like
It's always women.
a huge number. A woman is divorcing a man.
For a
Look at
huge
Tiger
number.
Woods. Look at Tiger Woods when all that stuff came out about him with all them hookers or whatever. You know how much money
Crazy
his
money.
ex-wife got?
The Amazon guy, when he broke up with his wife.
Bezos, yeah, she became a billionaire.
Yo.
She became a billionaire.
She became a
and
billionaire.
everybody's clapping. Yes, clean him out.
You feel me?
No.
So that's the norm.
No,
Now,
I don't-
when you
I
see
don't-
This is different.
I'm not of the school that a woman should be left with nothing and be a pauper and be on the street. That's not what I'm saying. It may sound cold and calculated, but what I'm talking about is intentionality of protecting what you have. You have a right to go out in the world and work to provide for yourself, right? If you want to legally sign a document that says you're responsible for this person as your partner, there has to be a limit to what she can get from you if you decide you don't want to deal with each other anymore. It can't be that you come into the relationship up $400,000 or $500,000 and she decides to leave and now you don't have nothing. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. And that's not right.
And going kind of back to what I said in the beginning, like a marriage and any type of relationship is not just about love. It's about so much more than that. So you can't be blind to all of it. So people should be thinking about ways to protect themselves in and out of a marriage, because it's not like love is not enough to keep a relationship alive, and it's not enough to like protect you. So don't fall into that trap of like, this person would never. Yes, they would.
Most
Shut the fuck up and
Money changes things.
Like-
Facts. Don't be naive.
protect yourself. Don't be naive.
Facts. Don't be naive.
Okay, y'all ready to move on?
You know the vibes. Let's do it.
Let's do the damn thing.
Okay, so the next topic is the push out gift the new norm?
So before we talk about it, right? So,
I've seen some wild shit with these like push gifts, yo.
all right, so
$65,000 truck, son.
a Range Rover truck at that. I went out one day for my homegirl birthday, and it was like a whole bunch of females, and I was like one or two guys. So we all talking, drinking wine or whatever, and the whole push out gift thing came up, and then one of the girls was like, "Yo, I I'm demanding a push-out gift. Like, I'm holding your baby for 9 months, and
Wow.
I'm gonna be doing this and that, and blah, 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 rah, rah, rah. So if I don't get a push-out gift, like, she basically saying, like, I'm gonna break up with the guy. Right? So I'm like, yo, you wild, da-da-da-da. But then, if you really
God
think to
dang.
it, it's like, it's really the new norm for this generation.
But what is the concept? Where did that even come? Like a push gift? Where did that come from? Like somebody when they just got up and was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy my baby mom's this $85,000 Range Rover for her having my baby.
Honestly, it's a good question.
Isn't the child itself a blessing? Like, isn't that the label that we
That's-
all?
That's what I thought.
Like,
So why are we
I
giving
thought.
gifts? We just be, you know what it is? It's flex culture, right?
Of course.
What has happened is
Social
like
media.
you just trying to find more nuanced ways to show that you got bread.
got
We get
bread.
it, right?
Yeah.
And look, if you want to dote on your baby mom, your wife or whatever, cool. No, I don't have a problem with that. But the idea that you could feel that level of entitlement to be like, if he don't get me this, I'm gonna do this is wild.
Yeah, that was a tough one for me. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't think you should be rewarded for doing something that your body naturally does. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I get it. It's cute. Like, you were pushing something out of your vajayjay for 36 hours. Like, amazing. I can give you a gift. I just don't. The thing is, why should it be something? Like, if it's not genuine, if it becomes a thing, then no. You know what I mean?
What do you mean, like?
So, like,
Extrapolate that a little bit.
if this becomes the new norm,
It is the new norm already.
a push gift, then
You heard what he said.
the dad is like, okay, so I have to, and then he has to, and he's just gonna be trying to like look for something that's big enough and expensive enough. For what? I popped out a lifetime gift. Forever.
and I think the crazy thing about it too is like, all right, boom, right? Let's say the new norm is the push gift. Cool, perfect. I think the crazy thing is that people feel like that push gift has to be a car.
When you talked about it, I thought it was like jewelry.
It
Like
could
a
be-
No, I mean it could be anything, but I
anything.
don't.
I didn't know people were giving out cars.
That's the thing. What it is, like, it could be anything. That's what I'm saying in my
Yo,
mind. Like,
for me,
it could be anything.
I'm gonna
People
say this.
pushing out cars.
I'm gonna say this. We just like we live in a time where like the flex culture thing is very, very, very like out there, showing off your lifestyle on Instagram and then claiming that you're using it to show people, to motivate them,
Motivate them.
inspire them to go get it for themselves. No, you flexing on people that either shitted on you in the past or you want to show off this new life you have. I get it, but I think that sometimes we just cross the line a little bit. Like, where do we draw the line at? Like, a baby is a special thing in itself, and you're saying, yo, no, I need an $85,000 Range Rover. Because that was the one I seen. The one I seen was Shorty got a push gift, and it was a Range Rover. Like, he came with the box in the street, and then when she pulled the thing, it was, you know, oh,
Bro, I went to a baby shower, and at the end of the baby shower, he was like, yo, I got a gift for you outside. Bro, we go outside, he has a white Range Rover for this thing.
there you go. I seen it on Instagram. I wasn't there, but
And I was like, yo. What?
I'm not opposed to maybe giving my part. Like, let's say we have a child. Like, I'm not opposed to, hey, look, you know, you just went through a lot. Let me help you with taking care of yourself, so you start to feel like you again. So for me, maybe a push gift would be something like getting my partner, you know what I'm saying, some counseling to make sure she doesn't suffer from any sort of, you know, mental health issue with just giving birth to a child, or making sure she's eating healthy, you know, bringing a chef in the house, or having meals catered that are, you know, gonna be more nutritionally sound for her. You get what I'm saying? Like something like that. But I'm not about to go put myself in, and then even if your finances are in order, you are inherently, you just gave birth to a child. You're responsible financially for that child. And now you have another bill.
Now you
on
have
top of the
100K
hospital
on-
bill and the
You
insurance.
got 100 racks.
That's crazy.
Now you added another 100+ K to your, no,
And
it's ridiculous, man.
it's actually ridiculous because we all know that it's just for that story.
Yeah.
It's just for that.
You're not thinking past that
post.
moment.
It's just for that reel. It's like, what
Yo,
are you doing?
One person posted it on their Instagram and they say, yo, what am I saying? They said, this is how baby shower's supposed to go. And I'm like, why? Like, so you're telling me if I don't buy my girl, my baby mom's fucking car, it's not a good push gift?
Well, you also have to remember who posted that. Like, was it a woman?
That's what
Was
you
it a
gotta be
girl?
careful.
Yeah, it was a girl that posted.
Right. So okay, let's speak from a biased angle. Like, women shame men all the time. If you're broke, just say that. You know, I don't want to give you money. Oh, if you're broke, just say that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, facts.
That's just shaming tactics. You get what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. It's like if, you know, as it should be or as he should. It's all the same thing.
that's
You
all
follow
I'm
me?
saying, as
So
he should.
it's like if you spend $85,000 on a Range Rover for the mother of your child, and then other women are now creating expectations in their mind for men who can't live up to
That's
that.
what push gift's supposed to be.
Come on.
I'm like, yo,
That's unrealistic.
What are we really
Be
congratulating?
delusional. Go ahead.
What are we here for? Are we here for the push gift
Or for
we
the
here
child.
baby? And the
But
baby, like,
I noticed that a lot too. I meant to say this before, you know, like the baby shower thing. Like, I know this is a little off topic, but when did they become such an extravaganza? And then most of the time, I'm not trying to shame nobody, but I see it a lot. Baby mama culture is just lit. Y'all are not married having children together, and the baby shower is this extravagant thing, but it just be the mom by herself. Where's the father? You think if I'm the man that you're dealing with and we have a child together, you can exclude me from that?
It's
Like,
not-
I would be okay with that?
Nah, it's not about excluding the man from that. It's the man excluding himself from that. It's like, remember how we had a conversation the other day how a lot of these women be with these men and they feel like they're the best and it's an ain't shit ass nigga, but they feel like they have to be with this nigga because of whatever past they remember before with Brittany when she was saying that.
Yes.
I feel like that's what it really is, bro. I feel like
That's so stupid.
it's that, and because they in their life, a woman is like, yo, I'm not gonna make this man mess up my happiness with this baby, this blessing that God just gave me. So I'm gonna do this by myself.
Is it a blessing or is it a problem?
a
Because
blessing.
half the time financially, you can't take care of yourself and that child. You're not being realistic about what you're doing.
No, of course, right.
You're following along. So now it's trendy to have a baby. That's ridiculous.
Listen, I ain't knocking what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know that-
you know, when I see that, I have such a business acumen, right? I peep game. So I see these women and everybody popping out children and having these extravagant, I want to go buy a hall so I can start doing events. You can come have your baby shower here. Whether you're with the dad or not is none of my business.
it's-
Give me my money.
Let's get that money.
You
to get it
follow
out
me?
of here.
That's what I'm about. Because like, if that's what y'all are doing and it's trendy and it's cool, right? Like, that's what we do. Like, especially in black culture, we be taking on shit and making it cool that don't have no business being.
Yesterday, oh my God, talking about that, I was going around my neighborhood and I thought it was like a like video music clip that they were recording. It was prom. The setup they had, it was like
Because everything's got to be bigger
TV
and better.
cameras. There
and-
was like a red Lambo or
Right.
something in the middle of the street. Like the kids were dressed. It was, and I just stopped and I was like, wait, who, like what musician lives on my street?
Bro, trust
no,
me.
it was prom. And I was like, oh my
Hey, you know what's
God.
crazy? Like, I was on Instagram, I think this morning when I was getting ready, I was on Instagram and I'm looking like, I'm watching prom and I'm like, bro, when I was in prom,
It was nothing like this.
it was
It was
nothing. bro.
nothing. It
But
was
that's the thing.
ratchet as
Fucking
fuck.
flying to they fucking prom.
But that's the thing. What is all of this derived from? Flex culture.
That's what I'm-
So
social media.
let's stick to the talking point itself. Like,
It's
why do
crazy.
you need a push gift? Why? What is the
crazy.
significant
What is-
purpose? of
what
it?
is it? Like-
you know what I'm saying? Like, you're giving birth to a child. That's a gift in itself.
Fact.
Do you know what the probability of you being here is? We just take everything and just try to make it into some shit that has no business being. I feel like in a way, I ain't gonna hold you, but this certain things should just be left alone to me, or they become corny, right? Like, I feel like you just can't do certain things just because of the simple fact that it's so sacred that when you try to add more to it, it just becomes corny. Like, you're doing too much. Why you need to give her, and of course it's got to be on IG, and the post has got to be lit.
You gotta make a video, you gotta make a cameraman and all of this. It's like,
What
it's unnecessary.
You paying thousands of dollars for a baby shower when you could pay the same, you could give that same amount of money to your child to set them up for their future. Get out of here.
That shit's unnecessary.
I'm not saying don't have a baby shower, but be reasonable. You see some of these setups by some of these people and you think to yourself, y'all don't got it like that.
Yeah.
Go look up the statistics of who makes money in Florida.
Some of these fucking baby showers
It's ludicrous.
be looking like fuck.
In the United States, don't even do Miami. Yeah, but Miami be lit for that.
Yo, they be looking like
You know what I'm
weddings,
saying?
bro. Weddings.
Weddings. Yes,
Bro,
they do.
They be looking like weddings out here. And I'm like, yo,
Like-
y'all getting married or y'all having a baby shower?
Let's try to think outside of the Instagram box. Like, if Instagram didn't exist, what would you do?
It was lit.
Just live your life like that.
was
Because
lit.
there's no
Yo, it
there's no reason for now even prom, there's no reason for everything to become as big as it is. There's no reason why you should be demanding certain things that are not basic, like human right, respect, love things from your partners.
Facts.
There is just no reason apart from you are too chronically online. So
Yep.
just, I don't know,
I-
use your brain.
My thing I want to say is just like as a society, we've gotten so used to going on social media and like catching the new trend and then trying to be a part of that trend, right? I feel like now we need to get away from this whole social media act, and we need to get back to the stuff that makes us happy and the stuff that we want to be in a part of. You know what I mean? Like if you, again, I'm not knocking nothing. I'm not knocking the whole push out gift. I'm not knocking none of that stuff. You understand? Like if you want to get your girl a push out gift, by all means, but just make sure in your mind that you're doing it for the right reasons. If you want to get a push out gift, make sure you're getting a push out gift because you want.
Or get her a push out gift and don't put it on Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And make sure it's
Don't
for the right
curate the
reason.
whole shit and then
You don't have to
try to make it look like it's organic.
Exactly. You don't have to do
Exactly.
Like people aren't that stupid.
No,
That's
we're
the
not.
thing that I have a problem with.
Exactly.
Mm.
So that's all I say.
Like you trying to make something look organic that is disingenuous.
Facts.
Like you
Yeah.
wouldn't have done that shit if IG didn't exist.
And that's the biggest thing. Like a lot of people just doing it because social media is existing.
Facts.
But back in the day, and I can tell you this because I lived this myself. But back in the days when there was no social media, niggas was lit for real. And it's like you don't even know. If I was to tell you what I did, you're like, man, you didn't do that. Why? Because there's no social media.
There's no proof.
You feel me? But now it's like, oh, look at my social media.
Show me the post.
It's like,
yeah.
I just feel like we're so quick to say, yo, go check my social media.
Right, and I'm not blaming social media. I'm blaming people.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like if you're being
Live your
financially
life.
irresponsible just to be able to flex for Instagram, you're an idiot.
Live your life.
Yeah.
You're ruining your life. You're messing up your credit. Whatever you.
are.
But do you, baby?
Hey, live your life. I just put it like this: live your life for you. Live within your means. Stay within your means. Like it's gonna be.
It's gonna go in one ear and out the other
course, most
because
definitely.
people are very much obsessed
course.
with going viral or having their moment.
But see, the thing is, I noticed that, like even with myself, I noticed that at one point I wanted to be so everything on social media, post it. But then I got to the point where it's like, yo, y'all gonna see me. You're gonna see my elevation. I don't have to show you what I'm doing to elevate myself, but you're gonna see the elevation in myself.
Right.
So
Yeah.
me showing you is just me trying to stunt and get. I don't have to do that.
Like being accurate, like
My
everybody. being
elevation is
accurate.
gonna stun way more than anything else that I ever do. So that's how I see it, bro. And that's how I move differently now. I used to be all ready, show you everything. I show you certain things in my life now. I don't have to show you everything in my life. You're just gonna see it in my elevation. So
Big facts.
that's how I see it.
Facts.
Want to go ahead and try to add on to what he said just a little bit. I think that when people talk about or are pretending to be about something they're not, one of the ways that they legitimize it is by just having this grandioseness to everything. So y'all just peep game when y'all see people just being very overt with everything they're doing, you know what I'm saying, and everything they got going on. And live your life however you see fit. Nobody could tell you, you know what I'm saying, how to do that. We're not here for that. You know what I'm saying? This podcast is rooted in actually having meaningful conversations, right? Just to take a deep dive into our culture and the things that happen within it, whether it's bullshit or it's real shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just up to be, that's just left to be interpreted. I want to thank y'all for tuning in, man. Real quick, make sure you check out the brand. You see the vibes. We got some new heat coming. Hunters and Hounds Clothing, huntersandhounds.com, on Instagram, Hunters and Hounds Clothing, TikTok, H&H Clothing. We're everywhere. Pinterest, Hunters and Hounds Clothing. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is. Shouts to E over there. He repping hard. He going hard. We are, if you're local, we're at, oh my God, I forgot the name.
Ghost Bar.
Ghost Bar.
Next Saturday. 20th.
Pull up on me.
Right.
Appreciate you, Jules. Appreciate you, Jules. We outside next Saturday, all right?
Y'all pull up at Ghost Bar.
Please,
Don't
Ghost
get
Bar.
too drunk. Don't get too drunk.
Come through. Come shop with me. Check me out.
Hunters and Hounds.
Can I finish? Dang. All right. He going crazy over there. What else I got on the docket? Oh yeah, maxrepfitness.com. Got some new programs coming up over the next couple of weeks. Make sure you get, you know what I'm saying, you get on there if you want to get right. Downloadable programs, they're $20. You know what I'm saying? Follow the fitness page at maxrepfitness on Instagram. All right. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. Turn on that notification bell so you know when the episodes drop. All right.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please.
It's about to be lit.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. Instagram.
Yes.
Friends and Family Podcast.
I just got
TikTok
one thing to say.
coming soon.
Friends
Friends
and
and Family
Family
Podcast.
I'm gonna leave a microphone so I can say this. Yo, microphone's been moving up and down all day. We don't know where I'm going with this, you know. Yo, people. Every third Saturday, it's Pun Ends. So that means next week Saturday.
English is gonna be late when it's time to record the episode.
We in the streets next Saturday. And people, we got Dino Crazy. We got One Ski Mask. If you don't know who they are, funny comedians. Go look them up right now. Check them out. They're funny guys. Pull up next week Saturday. Pun Ends. Friends and Family team will be in the building. Hunters and Hounds will be in the building.
You know the vibes.
You feel me?
You know the vibes.
Ghost Bar first, Pun Ends after that.
Yes.
Sunday podcast.
Yes.
You understand? That's the vibe. That's the vibe we doing. Once again, happy Mother's Day or happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And if you're not having a good day, don't mess with nobody else's day. Stay to yourself.
Amen.
Peace is love. Love is peace.
Yeah.
Out of here.
Bye.
Oh, I forgot. I got it.